Thank you for tuning in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community. The only station giving you double the information and inspiration. You're listening to Perky Collar Radio Show, and I'm your host, David M. Frankel. And today my guest, via telephone, will be Sugar McMillian, the inventor of Easy Hook and owner of the company called Original Dog Cook. Welcome, Sugar.
Hello, how you doing? Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Well, so let's start off by telling me your why. Why did you take the time to invent Easy Hook? What problem was it solving, and how did you come up with the idea?
Well, a friend of mine, I got back into the country, and I could not find a job. In grad school, mental health, psychology, could not find a job. I started dog sitting. A friend of mine says, "Chuck, can you please train my dog the way your dog is?" And I said, "Sure, not a problem." Well, as soon as I said that, all type of problems happened. I'm walking into my house, and my beautiful girlfriend, her dog, went into heat for the first time, dropping blood everywhere. She had a little Shih Tzu. I'm bringing in this Beagle, which is a hunting dog. He smelled the blood, went bananas, searching for her, trying to mount her. My girlfriend lost her mind.
I can imagine.
What is the Beagle and a Shih Tzu? Well, I tried a couple things. I was trying to please her, still trying to train this dog to be social.
Sure.
This dog was not a social dog, constantly in a cage 24, 23 hours a day. And the first thing I wanted to do was have him around people. Well, with his behavior, the only thing that we could do was separate him. And that's a human behavior. We put him downstairs. He's barking. He was peeing. He was scratching at the door. We put him outside. He's digging holes. He's coming. He's still barking. He's howling. Tried to put him in a separation gate. He was in the kitchen. He was just peeing everywhere. So I looked online and I said, is there any way that I can keep this dog a part of the environment without dominating with all of those unwanted behaviors? I want to keep him around us so that I can lower his anxiety and begin to train him. There was nothing out. The only thing was gates and crates, which were both separation tools. So that's when I first came up with my first product.
So tell us about how the product works.
Well, the product goes into the studs of your wall. You have a wall mount and a slider. It's super easy to use. You can move it from room to room. It hooks into the wall, and you just put your leash on it.
I see.
We've tested it. It's been tested from Chihuahuas up to Great Danes and Pit Bulls and Rockwilders.
Wow.
You can move it from room to room. It's a huge space saver. And best of all, you can color code it.
And what was the advantage of color coding it?
To give people an opportunity to have some say in what's in their house.
Oh,
See, nowadays, when you look at dog
so matches
products,
the decor.
Excuse me?
So matches the decor.
Yes, matches the decor. Exactly. Blends in, or you can be an artist and blend out.
Right, sure. Makes sense. So tell me how it works. So it's mounted to the wall, and you attach your leash to it. So is the idea to have it contained within a certain space, like 100 feet, 50 feet, 25 feet? Well, that's up to you. That's up to you on how far you want your dog to be. If you have a short leash, hey, that's what he gets, 3-4 feet.
Or you can put one of the retractable leashes, and you can give him some more space within his area. But the great thing is it'll never come off, and he'll understand that he can be a part of the environment. It's great for physical touch. You can redirect immediately where gates and crates you can't. You can sit on your couch and teach your dog how to sit. Have you ever seen somebody teach a dog how to sit?
I have.
They will chase a dog. Sit,
right.
sit. Well, with this, you can actually sit on the couch and tell your dog to sit. It's great if you got a lot of people over visiting the house.
Makes sense.
It's something that I realized that I'm from New York, so back in the day, I would walk into a person's house, and the first thing when you knock on the door, the first thing a person says is, "Let me go put my dog up."
Right, exactly.
Everyone says that. Let me go put my dog up. Well, if you scratch your head and really realize this, that's a human behavior. That's not an alpha dog or a dog behavior. Let me go put my dog up. And as soon as you go put your dog away, he has anxiety, doing all those behaviors that I said earlier.
Right, of course. Makes sense.
Exactly. So if you allow your dog, if you slowly teach your dog how to act in a social atmosphere, you won't have to put him away. So that is kind of how it started. And now I'm selling all over the country.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Who are your best customers? If you had to describe your target market, is it people in apartments, in houses, both? Big city people, suburb people? Who have you found has been the most appreciative of the Easy Hook?
I think there's a close one. And I've been going to, I'm not going to say old folks' home, but older senior citizen group homes.
Okay.
They absolutely love it. They may be in a wheelchair, they may be handicapped, but they don't want their dog in a crate.
Right.
Or separating them inside of a gate, which I can tell you what gates psychologically do. People in apartment absolutely have found a need for this. And one of the reasons why is because they don't have to bring in those big, bulky crates into the house, especially if you don't have a lot of room.
Right, that makes sense. Interesting. And where's your distribution now? Are you distributing through your website? Are you in stores? Or how are you getting the word out there about your product?
Well, right now I'm in 4 stores.
Okay.
I'm in 2 hotels. And I've just been selling off my website. I do a lot of blogging, as well as radio stations.
Okay.
Letting people know. This summer, I took a huge gamble. Me and my dog, after I got my product and, literally $30,000 worth of product, took a pinch off of that, and I drove from Pittsburgh, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Florida. I got out my car with my dog, my uniform, and we sold. We hit the streets and wanted to be with people.
Good for you.
Went to a lot of companies and shelters. They were able to put their names on it. They were customize it and kind of make it, I'd like to say, a millennial touch of customization on it. Something that the dog industry doesn't give you.
Makes sense. Now, have you found that hotels have interest in the product too for their visitors that are hotel-friendly hotels?
Yes.
That would like to have this as a tool or a resource to make their hotel even more pet-friendly?
Yes. Hotels as well as cafes.
Okay.
So one of the ways that I was able to get in it is because you come into a dog-friendly hotel, you come up to the boat, you're checking in, you have your bags, you have your dogs, and you're looking for you got your phone in your hand, you got your leash in your hand, and they're asking you questions. Your dog is walking around doing this, doing that. Where do you put your dog?
Right.
There's no parking place that you can just quickly just leash your dog at.
I see. Even having the lobby of the hotel when we're checking in would be helpful.
The lobby of hotels, in hotel rooms. The great aspect is that it's mobile and you can move it from one room to another room.
That's neat.
People go out to cafes all the time. All the time. Chick-fil-A. Just think of any outdoor, even Starbucks, to have coffee, to sit, to reminisce.
Right.
There's nowhere to park your dog. You put them under your feet. You try to hook them to the table.
Sure.
What do you do with them? So letting people understand that, hey, if you want to give good service to your customers, understand that their dog is an extension of their family.
Definitely.
Point blank. So having resources and services for their dog will definitely make your customers happy.
Excellent. And what's the name of the website? How could people that are listening buy the product on your website? What's the name of the website?
Great question. You can go to the originaldoghook.com, or, which will take you to the same place. If that's too long to remember, go to nocrates.dog. How simple is that?
Excellent. Say it one more time for the listeners. Make sure that if they're trying to jot it down, they have a chance to hear it one more time.
You can go to the originaldoghook.com, or if you're really a big dog enthusiast, nocrates.dog.
Excellent. And you said you're also in 4 stores. Are they in the same city or are they in different cities?
Right now, yes. Currently, they're all in Maryland.
In Maryland.
They're all in Maryland.
Very good.
All of my distribution, my manufacturing is done in Maryland, locally,
okay,
with USA-made products.
Good for you.
USA-made stamp.
So it's a fully made in the USA product then, since it's all being made in Maryland. That's excellent.
All day.
Very good. And then, so you have the stores, you have your website. Any other distribution channels? Are you on Amazon or eBay or any other distribution channel yet? Are you working on any of those?
I have not ventured out.
Okay.
Recently, I went to Super Zoo, which is one of the biggest pet conventions in the country in Las Vegas. And I was talking with some people, and they found out that Amazon can be like one of the biggest pirating companies. So I said to myself, I'm a little bit too small to go on to that platform, because if someone steals your product, it's really expensive to defend it.
Sure.
Your patent and everything. So I didn't want to jump that far out. I wanted to start slow and build my company. Name, recognition, a bold design, and just understanding that with brand recognition, people will understand my product versus somebody that is trying to knock me off.
Sure. I think that's the biggest challenge most inventors face is once they're patent pending, they want to go on social media, they build their website, they want to get on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I think any product that has tremendous potential, I think I had to come to terms that it will get knocked off. The question is when and how long can it be just me until someone knocks it off? And you're exactly right. How much money do you want to spend defending your patent? How much money do you spend paying an attorney to send cease and desist orders? That's the world we live in, unfortunately. So you know you have something great when someone does knock it off. That's what I've been told. But it doesn't make you feel any better knowing that someone knocks off your product, and that's the whole patent process. You patent your product so that people can't knock you off. But unfortunately, people still do it anyway, and they wait for that cease and desist letter to come in the mail. So tell me, Sugar, what did you do? What did you do before this? Like, what led you to developing this product? Did you have an engineering background? Did you have a marketing background, sales background? What did you do before this? Or is this your full-time job, or what you do on the side? Or?
Well, it is my full-time job now. But
my
background is kind of my background is kind of all over the place. I've been in the military for 8.5 years as a firefighter.
Oh wow!
When I got out of the military, I got my degree in business and invented my first product in 2000. I invented a pillow for women, so that when they sleep, they wouldn't mess up their hair.
Wow!
Incredible product. Was on one of Oprah's shows. She had a contest. I made it down to top 7.
Wow.
And did pretty well with it. I think I should have done a little bit more market research. And this is before social media began. Well, after that, I kind of pivoted and went into the mental health field to become a therapist. While I was in grad school, studying cognitive behavior therapy, I was doing dog sitting on the side to make money.
That's the love for dogs and that whole passion, I guess, started at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So here I am. I'm a prior inventor. I know how to bring things to market. I know how to get things made. So what did I do? To be honest with you, I tried to appease the woman that I love. I think that was the engine.
Right.
Because my girlfriend was not having it.
Well, I think probably both products were to make her happy. One keeps her hair looking good with the pillow, and then now it keeps her dog under control, your dog under control, and it makes for a more peaceful household.
Exactly. And that's what we want. To be honest with you, we all think that we're the best trainers. We all want our dogs to, to be off the leash.
Right.
We all do. But sometimes we're not the best trainers. Sometimes we're just not. Well, how do you do that? So if you really wanted to say what I combined was almost cognitive behavioral therapy.
Right.
If you change the thinking and change the approach, you'll change the behavior.
Makes sense. And obviously dog training.
And you do this.
Hiring a dog trainer is very expensive. So this is a less expensive alternative, but yet it's a much more natural, less confined way of training.
Yes. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And the great thing about this is that while changing this dog's behavior, you'll be able to speak their language. Mm-hmm. Something really interesting, while I was going through this process, something really interesting happened. One day we had a dog that came in, and I think I was in the back room, and my girlfriend was telling the dog to sit, and the dog wasn't listening. Sit. I came in the kitchen, and I don't know what made me say it, but I said, siéntate. I said it in Spanish.
That's funny.
And the dog sat, and my mind said,
you're speaking his language now.
Exactly. What is the language? We're always trying to have a dog speak our language. But if you can speak its language, it changes the whole dynamic of the relationship.
It sure does. And it's all that frustration when they don't listen. It's just a matter of you have to speak in the same language.
How many times do you go over to a person's house and the person says, oh, don't worry about it. And then the dog is humping your leg. And you're like, I'm
jumping
okay,
up on you.
I'm okay. Jumping up on you, jumping around. I'm okay. Yeah.
And it causes embarrassment for the host, and like you said before, your natural reaction is, let me go put the dog up because I just don't know what my dog's going to do around strangers.
Exactly.
And especially if you have a breed that's tend to be a little more aggressive, you're even more concerned that it's going to bite your visitors, your guests, and so the more you can get them acclimated.
What happens if you have kids around?
Exactly right.
What happens if you have kids around? That can be uncomfortable. Now people are saying, well, this is the dog's house. The dog lives here. So if you don't want to come in, the dog lives here. But that's okay. I remember I walked into a guy's house, and I had to stand at the door with my hands up in the air while a German Shepherd was smelling my baby maker.
Yeah.
I like dogs, but can he go over there?
Exactly right. I'm a little intimidated by the size of the dog and the region he's sniffing.
Yes. Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, Sugar, I thank you so much for being on the show. And please tell the listeners one more time how they can get your product, the Easy Hook, through your website, as well as the stores in Maryland. But if you're not in Maryland, they can buy right off the website. Tell them one more time.
My name is Sugar McMillian, and you can go to the originaldoghug.com, or if that's too long, you can go to nocrates.dog. We have 8 colors. They're mobile. They move from room to room. You put one wall mount in one room and another wall mount in another room. You can move it for convenience and always have your dog tethered right there with you.
Excellent. I think it's a great tool. Well, you're listening to the Perky Collar Radio Show. I'm your host, David M. Frankel. You're tuned into WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double the information and inspiration. We'll be right back after the break.